Hey, I just had to go live for a little bit. Okay, I'm watching the news and Trump is unhinged. Oh my God. He's calling in Fox and all these shows and he's unhinged. He's totally unhinged. He's on a different planet in another universe, in another galaxy somewhere. He is totally unhinged. He is mentally gone. I mean, the shit he's talking about just doesn't even make sense. Like pulling troops out of Afghanistan, we have over 300,000 troops. Well, 20,000 troops or 30,000 troops in Afghanistan. You could pull them out that quickly and all the equipment and everything? I don't know. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Okay? And this thing about the cocktail that he took. I mean, that freaks me out more than anything else. I have friends that are doctors. They're treating COVID patients. They know of the thing that he gave him, but it's not even gone through first stage testing. And Trump's trying to push it to be given to people like a guinea pig, like he was. And it's going to be free. It's $45,000 a pop. It's $45,000 a pop. You think that the pharmaceutical companies would let that go like that? No, I don't think so. But here's the thing. Trump wants to go to the debate. Excuse me, next week. He's still infected. Or he's not infected. Alright, the thing is, the doctors are hiding information from the people of the United States. From the people that got the so-called coronavirus from Trump, the Gold Star families that most probably got infected by Trump, because it met the Gold Star families the day after the Rose Garden thing for the Supreme Court justice bullshit. So I'm thinking, what the fuck did he do? He went ape shit on people. He's blaming the Gold Star family for giving him the coronavirus, but something's not right here. Something's not right. He won't do contact tracing. Yeah, he will not do contact tracing in the White House. They will not give us the last time he tested negative before he wound up in Walter Reed. They claim it's his private medical history. No, testing is not your private medical history, not when it comes to public safety. These fuckers don't understand something. It's public safety now. It is public safety. Chris Christie is in the hospital in intensive care. Kellyanne Conway is in the hospital in pretty bad condition. Curly, Larry, and Moe, the three senators, are quarantined, but it can turn bad for them too. There's one person that's in the news, in the press office for the White House, one of the workers. They're in serious condition now in the hospital. So Trump has put people in the hospital. It's time the bullshit stops. The bullshit has to stop, Mr. President. Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, Martha McSally, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, Cory Gardner, Susan Collins. All you fuckers need to understand, this shit's got to stop. You got to do an intervention here. The intervention has to go. You guys have to go somewhere. You guys have to get into the White House with PPE, with full gear, and tell Trump it's time to leave. Because this has gone way too far. This has gone way too far. He put people of this country at risk. This thing could go anywhere from Minnesota to Atlanta, the people he infected. And then next week he wants to go on the road to his rallies. I'm sorry. The cities where he's going to go, They need to say, sorry, fucker, you can't come here. These governors, these mayors need to say, sorry, motherfucker, you cannot come here. Turn that Air Force One around. You're not gonna be allowed to land. Turn them around. That's it. Don't let them come. I mean, people have to stand up to this guy. People have to stand up to him and say, sorry, but you cannot come here. Just like he was to come to Tucson. No, we don't want him here. Virginia Romero and the city council, the sheriff, the chief of police, the board of supervisors, and Huckleberry need to be adamant. We do not want him here in Tucson. He still owes us $82,000 plus. For him to come here and infect people? No. We just had 149 people come down with COVID-19 in Tucson. In Pima County. 149. But for him not to give out when he was last tested negative, and if he was tested positive again, if he's still being tested positive, see, in order to be cleared, he has to do 2 tests 3 days apart, and they both have to come up negative for him to be cleared that it's no longer in the system. But you can look at him and see he's fucked up. His coloring on his face is fucked up. He's got a big old bump on one side of his face sticking out. And you can tell he's got manic depressive because he's going off on everyone. And then after they busted the militia for going after the Michigan governor, he still talks shit about her. He created this shit on her and all the Democratic governors by talking shit. Open up your states. Open up your states. You must open up your states. He didn't do that to any of the Republicans. And now he's got his Attorney General putting out an order by it's easier for them to put someone away for election fraud. So this is bullshit. You have 3 people, the FBI head, the cyber head, other people, 4 people came out and done a video saying, look, this is serious. You cannot do this. We need to have order here. Now, the Pima County ballots went out from Phoenix yesterday. We should be getting them sometime this week. By the end of the week or maybe beginning of next week. Myself, I called the Attorney General's office. I talked to him about election intimidation. They will not tolerate it, the Attorney General's office. I haven't talked to Sheriff Napier about it or Chief Bagdas about it, but I'll give them a call sometime this week or next week and talk to them about it. I'll talk to Mark about it. I'll get in touch with him. Because we cannot afford these assholes, you know, like the Proud Boys or something, coming to town and standing in front of polling places with their guns. No, we cannot afford that in Tucson. We are Tucson. We stand together. We are a democratic state, not an authoritarian state. Doug Ducey needs to open his mouth and say, this shit will not happen in my state. Doug Ducey needs to understand something. He needs to stand up and have some balls now and say, you will not come in here and tamper with the election. He needs to go off on Trump. He needs to quit kissing Trump's ass. Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, all you Republicans need to stop the ass kissing and get serious with him. He can't hurt you guys. only thing that can hurt you guys is your guys yourself. Because you need to come up with a stimulus bill that pays the people the unemployment and goes back to July. You need to come up with a bill that gives people the money on a stimulus check. You need to come up with the money that gives the money to the schools to get the schools ready to put the kids in school. You need to come up with the money for testing and tracing of people. You need to come up with the money for the airlines, small businesses. You need to come up with that shit. Get your shit together, because that's not your money. It's the people's money. You guys want to get it reelected? Then you have to do what you have to do. Trump is not a viable candidate anymore. Trump is not a viable candidate anymore. He is mentally gone. He's delusional. He's out of touch with reality. He is lost his mind, basically, with this stuff. Thinking that he's cured all of a sudden. You don't get cured that quick with COVID-19. I don't wish him no harm. I really don't wish him. I don't wish him to die. I wish him to suffer. I want the fucker to suffer like everyone else has suffered, like my 3 friends suffered for weeks on end with the high temperatures, the throwing up, the fucking gut-wrenching pain that they have. I want him to have that. I want him to experience that. I want him to experience that. Because he has totally fucked up this country. Don't tell me the bullshit about Obama did it. Obama didn't do shit. Obama brought this country back from the brink of extinction with George Bush. He got the automotive companies going. He brought jobs back. He had jobs. You know how many manufacturing plants, how many car plants have closed since Trump took over? 6 of them. You know how many coal mines have closed since Trump took over office? 11 of them. Think about it, what Trump did. The water we drink is no longer any safe, because he lacks the EPA stuff. This fucker thinks you can go to the forest and rake the leaves and it won't catch fire. I don't know where he got that shit from. Or windmills give you cancer. And if the windmill doesn't work, oh honey, I can't look at TV. Once that windmill goes 24 hours, it's given the energy it needs to the system to last almost 2 weeks. And the mega people of Trump, I'm going to appeal to you. We cannot take Trump for another 4 years. We cannot do it. You guys need to understand something. You need the unemployment like everyone else. You need the stimulus check like everyone else. You need small business help. You need the schools to open up fully so you can go back to work. Okay? You need to be tested for COVID-19. You need to have tracing done of anyone that's been around you. You need to be able to get treatment for free. That's what the Republicans want. That's what the Democrats want to give. The Republicans don't want to do that. I mean, if Mitch McConnell cared so much about everything, he would have been in the White House. He hasn't been to the White House since August, the 1st of August. August, September, October. He has not been to the White House, him and Lindsey Graham, since August 1st. We have to do something here. As people of this country, we need to stop this madness. It's gone way too far. Like I said, they're telling the bullshit about they don't have to give out the last time you got tested positive or negative for the COVID-19. Well, the bottom line is that's not what you call a violation of HIPAA. Not when the public health is at risk. First off, the president has a different standard you have to go by. He's the leader of this country. He makes decisions for us. We have to know what is going on with him physically. It's impossible he had COVID and all of a sudden he's cured. It's impossible. He doesn't want to do a virtual debate with Joe Biden. That's okay, because he's stupid. He doesn't know how to do it. But he keeps putting out these videos. Like I said, he put out a video about how the cocktail works so great and how he can get it to the people for free and it works so great and all this shit. He doesn't know if it worked. The antibodies that he's talking about is the antibodies that went into the cocktail that they gave him. He doesn't have any antibodies yet. It takes 5 to 10 days for those to develop from the cocktail. But he's got stupid-ass people believing his shit that he's going to give it to them for free. You're not going to get that shit for free. It ain't going to happen. Not at $45,000 a pop. It ain't going to happen. It is not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Pharmaceutical companies are not going to give it to you. And this certain cocktail has only been in phase 1 testing. Yeah, phase 1 testing. And he wants to put it out there for people to take. Would you take it on phase 1 testing? I would sure as hell wouldn't. But what he wants to do, he wants to be able to give a stimulus check, but he wants his name on the checks. It's not his money to give. It's not Donald J. Trump's money to give. Bottom line, it's not his money to give. His name cannot go on the checks, on the memo line. It's against the state. It's against federal law. The check will be null and void because he cannot put his name on that check. This was like that goofy-ass letter he sent out after the first 1,200 stimulus. I, Donald J. Trump. It's like, you dumb fucker. Are you that stupid? But like I said, this has gone way too far. We have to know what's going on with him. When was the last time he was tested negative? When was the last time he tested positive? I mean, he's blaming Gold Star families that went to the White House after the Rose Garden thing. I can bet you 10 to 1 he infected all those Gold Star families. I mean, the more I look at that thing in the Rose Garden, watch these assholes hugging and kissing each other. Then you got Chris Christie in the hospital in critical condition. You got Kellyanne Conway in the hospital. You got someone from the White House press thing in the hospital in critical condition. Critical condition. So think about it. I mean, the Republicans need to get their shit together and do a conference call on him and say, look, it's time to stop this shit. You have to walk away now, or go, you want to do something, go in the residence, sit there in your bed, put a laptop up, you play your games, look at Fox News, whatever you want to look at, but you got to get better. Like I said, I don't want Trump to die. I want the motherfucker to suffer like my 3 friends suffered. My 3 friends that were paramedics in Los Angeles, Jersey City, and in Houston. I want him to suffer like they did. For 3 weeks. Suffer. That he'll come to the point where he wish he was dead. But like I said, karma is a bitch. Life is a bitch. What goes around comes around. He's treated people like shit all his life, even his family. Shit is going to come back to bite him in his ass so hard one day, and it's not going to be funny. But like I said, we need to know what's going on with Trump in order to find out how many people he infected. And the White House is not doing that. My suggestion is, people that caught it from him, and people have died, their families have died, file a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit against Trump. Trump himself, for negligent homicide. File a criminal charge on Trump, but the FBI for negligent homicide. Yep. That can happen. That can happen. People can do that. That'll get his attention really quick. Either straighten up and do what he's got to do, or, like I said, it won't. If he doesn't do anything, then fine. You know he's fucked up. Like I said, I'm looking at him, and I have a master's, I have a bachelor's in family psych, I have a master's in family psych. I'm looking at him, there's something mentally wrong with him big time. He's gone into manic depressive state. He's gone into delusional state. He is totally fucked up mentally. And like I said, it's time for the Republicans to get their heads up their ass. Because I'll tell you, if they don't do a bill by the last week of October, or in the next week or two, they're not going to get voted in. They're not going to get voted in. Because you know what? Right now, the Senate has a chance of losing the seat to the Democrats. Totally. I mean, the ones that are running there, there's anywhere from 1 point to 2 points separating them. Jamie Harrison is even with Lindsey Graham. And Jamie Harrison just pulled in $111 million. I donated $2,400 to Jamie Harrison's campaign. Because Leningrad Lindsey needs to go. Everyone have a good evening. Remember, wash your hands, wear your mask, do your social distancing. If you can't do that, then stay home. Don't put anyone at risk. Everyone have a good night. Bye.